You know, the last time I had a chance to drive one of these cars was in Germany at the AMG factory in Affalterbach. Here's me outside the factory. There are good days and there are great days. Today is going to be a great day. We're here in Affalterbach, Germany, the home of AMG, to test drive the GT family. And today is also a fantastic day because we're getting a chance to drive a 2018 AMG GT C. And it is the entry level into the GT class of cars. They even have the R high performance version, and one of the most beautiful machines on the road, if you ask me. I love the fact that they have a car that just screams decadent, high performance convertible. Now, thanks to Core Motor Cars here in Vancouver for letting me borrow this car for the day. They got this car in just last week. It's a 2018. It's got roughly 19,000 kilometers on it, and I absolutely love the color. It's called Magnetite Black Metallic, otherwise known as Magnificent Black Metallic. It's just beautiful. And with this tan interior, it's a nice combination. It's a nice, rich, dark color tan. It's not yellowy in any way. So here's a market update on these cars. They were up for several years, and there wasn't a lot of love for them in the used marketplace. But ever since COVID has hit, the demand for convertibles has shot through the roof. People with disposable income want to have a fun car, and if you want a fun car that looks absolutely fantastic, this is a great place to start. All right, let's get in. I'll show you around. Lots of buttons, and we'll take it for a drive. Beautiful hand-built engine under the hood. Welcome to the inside-outside of the GTC and all the luxurious wonderfulness that is Mercedes Benz, with quilted seats. These seats have the air scarf, which draws cold air in through the back and pumps warm air across your neck and shoulders. It's like having a very light hair dryer on the back of your neck, and on a cool night, perfect. That, along with heated seats, it just really makes it fantastic. Now, this is a 2018 model. They did update this about a year and a half ago. That's when I went to Germany to drive this vehicle there. They updated basically the center console. It's essentially the same thing with just different switches. So this one has the real dials and rotary knobs, and on that new updated one, it's more touch-sensitive keys, but really the same kind of layout. You get the command control wheel here in the center, and on the left-hand side, you get the selector for the different drive modes from Comfort to Sport, Sport Plus, and even Race. You get the ignition switch behind that. On the other side, the large volume knob on the right-hand side, and a few other switches as well. So this command controller is meant that you can rest your hand on there. It's pretty comfortable. And just below the command control wheel, it looks like another pad, but it isn't. It's actually the shifter for the transmission. Different, but you do kind of get used to it. So the nice thing about a car like this, it has all the retro looks. So it looks like a 50s or 60s roadster with that big long hood, short rear deck, beautiful convertible top, but it's got all the modern amenities you would want. Satellite navigation, you know, the scarf, air scarf for your neck, very comfortable seats. They're quite firm, but supportive at the same time. So this is an AMG, means it's meant to go fast. So let's start it up. We'll tell you all about the engine. Put the big dial here, we'll put it in Sport Plus. Put it in manual transmission. Paddle shifter is activated. And away we go. Oh, that's quick. Dual clutch transmission. It's the only V8 equipped car that Mercedes-Benz sells with a dual clutch. It's a 7-speed. They use a lot of torque converter transmissions in their high performance V8 cars. This one gets the dual clutch with very quick results. So this car isn't just about the performance. It's got a lot of performance. 4-liter V8 twin turbo, 550 horsepower, rear wheel drive. It's also about the design, the look, the feel, the panache, the exclusiveness, the elite sort of feeling you get when you drive a car that looks like this. And a big part about owning a car like this is getting out and looking at it. And I think a lot of people forget that about cars. It's the emotional connection you get to it when you look at it, because you're driving something unique and special that not everybody else has. There certainly aren't a lot of these around. As I mentioned, the last time I had a chance to drive this car was in Germany, and we took the GTR, the high performance fixed roof version of this car with a little bit more power, to the racetrack. Not just any racetrack, Hockenheim, the home of the German Grand Prix. It was pouring rain, but a lot of fun. Here's a quick snippet of that. These are special cars built by special people. And they're for special people, rich people. Symphony at work under the hood and out the back. Grip isn't so good here.
We got a checkered flag, so we just finishing this lap. Nice and easy.
So that's the high performance version that's meant to go to the racetrack on the weekend and be driven during the week. This car has really got to do it all. It's got to be able to appeal to the luxury side of the Mercedes-Benz ownership experience, and I think you get that on the inside. But because of all the electronics that we have nowadays in cars, you've got the adaptive suspension, you've got the adaptive transmission. You can put this in its most relaxed comfort setting, and it becomes really just a nice, large Mercedes-Benz that you can cruise to work in, or, as we just did a moment ago, put it into the race mode or the Sport Plus mode, fully manual transmission, drop a few gears, and now you're talking. The level of engineering that goes into making a car like this, first of all, it's an aluminum structure, so it's very light. The engine is hand-built by one person. Looks like the last name is Giuseppe, I'm guessing Italian. So you're getting that old world craftsmanship of one person assembling the engine, and then all the modern Mercedes-Benz technology when it comes to building an ultralight and strong aluminum roadster for you to enjoy. Next, the tunnel test. Approaching the tunnel. Engage Sport Plus. Engage manual transmission. Exhaust baffles are open. Oh, that sounds healthy. Let's do it again. Giuseppe for the win. Giuseppe for the win. I think if I was in a position to own one of these cars, I would get the Roadster, because if you're going to have a sexy two-seater car with that big long hood, over 500 horsepower at your disposal, you want to go all the way and have a Roadster as well. Now, the hardcore fans, you can get the GTR and more race-ready bits if you want, but this would be absolutely the way I would want to equip this car. I even love this, the way it looks, the color and everything. Thanks again to Core Motor Cars for letting me borrow this magnificent machine. I think as the decades go by and people look back at highly collectible cars, something like this, before the era of hybrids and electrification, V8 muscle under the hood, with these looks, I think future collectible for sure. I'd love for you to subscribe, because we do a fun, cool, and collectible car every Friday on the channel. Hit the bell, and we'll see you next week.